What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about Palantir. Before we do get into this video, if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button, it's much appreciated. I cover all sorts of videos such as Palantir, Neo, and other cool little stocks like Lucid Motors, well CCRV that's going to be merging with Lucid Motors, and also I do a portfolio update once a week showing off my portfolio, even if it's going completely down or if it's going up. Every week on a Sunday I upload a portfolio update. If you find that interesting, subscribe, and yeah, let's get into this video. I want to see if we can smash 60 likes on this video. If we can hit 60 likes, that would be awesome and amazing. Let's see if we can hit that. So Palantir, I've wanted to do a video of Palantir for a while because I haven't done one in a few days, to be honest with you. And obviously we've had a bit of a crazy few weeks with Palantir and stock market in general. It's not been great for Palantir holders. As we all know, insiders, their shares have been unlocked now so they can start selling their shares, and I think that's one of the reasons why we've not been seeing an upwards movement with Palantir. And I'm going to be sharing with you all these different bits of information that I've found over the few days, and I'll share with you guys and we can talk about Palantir. So as you can see on the screen right now, the COO has sold some of his shares in Palantir worth up to $21.5 million, which is a lot of money. So he sold 757,510 shares between February 19th and February 23rd at prices ranging from $24.59 to $29 a share. Yes, this is a while ago and I didn't share with you guys this for a while, so I thought I'd just add it in to share with you that there has been obviously a lot of selling pressure recently in the last few weeks. I'm also going to share you a screenshot that I've got on my screen right now as I'm looking, that we've had. It shows all the insiders that have been selling Palantir, and as you can see, a lot of them were from last week and a lot of them were selling last week. I have, at the moment, from what I'm seeing on the website, I did refresh it and it seems like they haven't been selling this week, which is good. So yeah, there's been a lot of selling pressure on the, well, last week pretty much, as you can see on the screen. We had one of nearly 220,000 shares being sold, few 64,000 shares, 22,000 shares, 57,000 shares. So there's been quite a lot of shares being sold, which was expected, as these shares have been locked up for ages for some of these insiders, so they just want to get some money. So that's why we've had a lot of selling pressure, but also because of the market's been correcting. As you guys know, it's been a bit tough with the markets at the moment, and hopefully they'll be recovering soon, even though we had a really good day yesterday. But as I'm recording this, they're down pre-market at the moment, but I'm not too worried at the moment. They're not down by much in the pre-market, so hopefully, fingers crossed, well, when you're seeing this, we're up, so we'll have a look and see. But there's another thing I want to share with you guys, because this is huge. This is really, really huge, and some positive news. After all this negative news we've had, this is some positive news. So as you can see, ARK Invest have bought yet again more shares of Palantir. That's what we like to see. Love to see that. As you can see, on the 26th of February, we've had them purchasing both of their ETFs. As you know, they've now gone into 2 ETFs, Palantir is in ARK Invest's ETFs, and in the ARK K, they bought $59 million worth on the 26th of February, and also on the 26th of February in the ARK W, they bought $19 million worth. So that's a lot of shares they've been buying. And actually on the March 1st, they also bought $3.6 million worth in the ARK K. So they are constantly buying Palantir, which is showing that they really do believe in this. But I don't know if you guys saw, but Cathie Woods did doing an interview that short term Palantir could be a bit of a rocky ride, but long term it's an absolute winner. So I'll play that clip right now if I can find it.
Let me ask you about Palantir, which we just found out you've added to. Can you tell our viewers why you added rather significantly to your stake in Palantir?
Yes, they reported yesterday, and the stock was down on the report. It's interesting to listen to the CEO. He was speaking our language. He essentially said to investors, you know, we are playing in a massive space here, and we're going to invest aggressively now in order to capitalize on the exponential changes that are taking place here. So if you are short-term in your focus, you probably don't want to spend too much time investing in Palantir.
All right, so now we're hopping on to Vanguard. This is awesome to see. Vanguard have been buying a huge amount of shares, so let's have a look at that. So as you can see, on the ones in green, and they're the recent ones, so this would have been 1st of March, I believe. Vanguard on the 1st of March ended up buying 5 million shares. So that's not $5 million, that's 5 million shares. That's worth about $117 million. So they bought a whole load of shares of Palantir. So we're seeing some big institutions buying into Palantir, which is awesome to hear, of course. And obviously this is old news now, but just to update you guys, we also did get a massive upgrade from Goldman Sachs, and that's really positive news, as Goldman Sachs are one of the main big guys, you could say, and they ended up giving a price target of $34 a share from $13 a share. So at first they had a $13 price target, now it's 34, so that's really good news. As you know, I'm just going to briefly go through these because I think you guys might know by now. IBM, they've got a partnership with them. Also, they've got a contract with 3M, which is awesome. They're working on a partnership with 3M, and 3M's a huge, well, both of them companies are huge, so that is another good positive news for Palantir shareholders. As you can see on the screen right now, they announced today a multi-million-dollar expansion of the relationship with 3M. 3M has chosen to expand its use of Palantir Foundry platform, support its digital transformation, assisting in the built out of dynamic supply chain that enables the global manufacturer to respond nimbly to changes in demand across tens of thousands of products. So they really rely on Palantir. Foundry allows 3M to react fast in the industry because of how good obviously Foundry is. But it's interesting to note because they said a multi-million-dollar expansion. Before the contracts we used to be able to see how much the contracts were worth, and I'm starting to think they're going to maybe not announce how much the contracts are worth, because as soon as we see like a $50 or $100 million contract, the price skyrockets with the share price, and I think they're now starting to be less specific on how much the price is, which is very interesting, because if that's the case, then this could be a huge well, it says a multi-million-dollar expansion. This could be a huge one, 100 million, 50 million, you don't know. But this is where it's going to be interesting, is when we have the next earnings, it could surprise a lot of people on earnings, because we don't know exactly the figures. So that's very interesting to know. So I'm looking forward to earnings, to be fair. Unless this was just a one-off. This is something I've just found briefly, and I say briefly, it's not major, well, I say it's not major, this could be huge, but it's a bit of a rumour at the moment, like it was with AT&T and the Facebook bit. But I thought I'd mention this because it's also nice to see these sort of things. So here's a screenshot, and it's a Apple listing, job listing. As you can see in the qualifications, they want previous experience software for Palantir. This makes me think, do they use Palantir? Are they going to be using Palantir? Are they going to be using that sort of software? And like we said, we really want to see these big companies start using Palantir, because it will make the share price just go crazy, if I'm honest. I think it will really help the stock. And that's what I think the future is. I think in the future, people are going to start using Palantir Foundry and use their softwares because it's brilliant. And yeah, that's my vision. That's where I can see in the next 5 years, loads of companies across the world using it, and that will just generate insane amounts of revenue for Palantir. So that's why I'm investing in Palantir more, because I'm just trying to think of the future of what they could become. If you rely solely on earnings, obviously earnings are really important, but if you rely solely on how much they're turning over and things, when they are starting to make good amounts of money, by then the stock price will be at a massive premium, and you've kind of missed the boat almost. So that's my logic and that's my way of investing, you could say, to be honest with you. There's no right or wrong, but that's just how I invest. But yeah, they might be just listing Palantir because they just want to have people that are experienced in Palantir software or whatever software they're using. So yeah, take it how you want to, but I thought I'd share that with you. Okay, this is the exciting bit. Where am I seeing Palantir this month? So I've always said, and this was before the market correction, so yeah, this was when the market didn't correct. I said in March, I think this is going to be a $40 stock, $40 a share, and I still believe it could end of March, depending on how the market reacts. If we're out of this correction, I can possibly see us get to that point, the $40 mark. But I'm going to be a bit more conservative now because of the way the markets are. I can see it being $35 a share at the end of March. I could be still completely wrong, but that's just my opinion. And we're going to have a look at the option chain to see where people are placing their bets and seeing where the price is going to go. So this is for 19th of March, so it's not even the end of March, and I wanted to share this with you. So we're talking about the $35 mark. Well, if we look at the $35 mark strike price right now, they've got 67,000 contracts in people's brokerage accounts for the $35 strike price, which is a lot. That's actually quite a lot. I've not seen that in a while for Palantir, and if you times that by $57, you get, that's $3.8 million worth of people trying to bet on the price going to $35, which is really good and positive. And also you can see the volume's quite high with that. That's 8,200. So compared to all the others, that's quite high. But the one that does stand out as well is the $30 strike price, which I would still be quite happy with if it got to that. And as you can see, there's 18,000, the volume's 18,000, which is quite high. That's really good, and 59,000 contracts in people's brokerage accounts. So yet again, that's a very high one. What we're going to do is we'll see how much people are betting on that. So 59,000 times 100, that's a $5.9 million bet on the price going to $30. So I'm very interested to see how we do with Palantir. We just need to hope the market isn't correcting anymore or even going into a crash. So if the markets are stable, Palantir will see a lot of upside, and I still believe it's a massive buying opportunity if you're especially in this for the long term. I'm in this for a few years, so whatever the price is at the moment, I'm not too bothered about. But it is always nice to see the price go up. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Palantir. I'm going to probably make some other videos on Palantir, so let me know in the comments if you want me to make any more videos on Palantir. Give this video a like, it's much appreciated. Can we get 60 likes? And also, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button and you can see my journey and everything. But anyway, I'll see you guys in my next video.